Okay, welcome to the next episode in a series of database lessons. Today we're going to be looking at text queries, and by the end of this lesson, you should be able to create your own text queries, save these queries, and specify them to various criteria. Okay, so we're going to have a look now at a sample database. Okay, so what we have here is a sample database. This extract was taken from a past Edexcel exam paper, and we're just going to have a look at this. This was for a badminton tournament, and these are the people that wanted to join that tournament. So the information we have here is the player ID, their first name, their last name, their gender, date of birth, phone number, email, and the team code, which is the team that they belong to. Let's say within this database, we want to extract the information. We want to show only the female players. So how do we know that the players are female? Well, if we have a look at the different fields that we have here, we can see we have one called gender. Now we have female and male players here under this gender. So we need to extract the information, and we only want to show the female players. So let's go to create a query. Up the top here, we click on the Create tab in this ribbon. We can see Query Design, and it will open up a page like this. And we only have one table, so we double click on the table or click on Add, and we close this box. And we're just going to open this up so we can see all our fields. Now we need to add these fields down here to show up on our query. So to do that, we double click on Player ID, first name. You'll see as you double click, they do appear down here. Team code. Okay, so what we have along here is we have the field names, the table that they're on, and we have the option as well that we can actually sort ascending or descending order specifying in these fields. Now for the criteria, again, we're looking at female players that are joining this badminton tournament. So for gender, we go to here and we type in F for female. When we run the report, we can see we're showing only those that are female players. Okay. There are often, I see times where people will type in the word female, and when they run the report, they see it doesn't work. Now the reason it doesn't work is because it's looking for a match here. It doesn't know the F means female. So you cannot type in female under the criteria, because under the criteria here, it is an F. So we have to type in there F. Okay, and let's run that report again. And we can see we have only female players. And if we have a look again at the query design, we can specify last name ascending. And again, if we go back to run that report, we can see we got the female players in ascending order of last name. Now to save this query, we click on the tab, right click, and then save. And then we can say this is our female players. Click OK, and you'll see it appear here. If it doesn't appear here, what you need to do is to click on Access All Objects. Okay, sometimes it's set as tables, which will only show you the tables. If you do not see your query design, click on All Objects and you'll see tables and queries here. Okay, we can close this and close the table. To open them again, you just double click. Okay, so we can see we can now specify all the female players. Now let's say we want to show all players that are member of team code DD. Okay, so we're going to create a query again. So create query design, click on the player table, and again we're going to add all fields, double click, and we want to show those that are members of team code DD. So where do you think we go? We go to the criteria, we find the field, which is team code, and we type in there DD. Now, when we click on run to run that query, you can see we have a list of all the members of team DD. And again, we can right click and then save this, members. Okay, so we have our female players here as a query and our DD members. Now, let's say we want to create another query, but this time we want members of team A and our male. Okay, team code AA and our male. So again, let's go to create our query design. We're going to add all the fields. And again, we go to our criteria. So we want male players. We find our gender. We type in their criteria M for male. And the team code as AA. Now, let's have a look. Let's run that report. We know that there are 2 players that are male and are part of team code AA. Okay, so now we know how to specify text to find information that we want. Let's try and make it a bit more interesting. Let's try and find people that are members of either BB or CC. So we want to find players that are members of team code BB or CC. So again, we go to our create query design. We're going to add our table and we're going to add all fields. And we want to show players that are members of BB or CC. So in there we type in BB and we actually type in the letters or CC. Now when we click away, we can see the BB and CC are enclosed with the or in the middle. Okay, so now when we run this report, we can see we have members of team code BB and CC. We can go one step further and we can sort it in ascending order of team code and run that again, and we can see we have all the BBs and all the CCs together like so.